This is a presentation of Magnitude Sports.
House looks to be that one's hit well to left field, and it might have a chance, and it is gone. It is a two-run home run for Andy Mock, and the Stars are on the board. It's 2-0.
Alrighty, hi, hello, and welcome here to Starion Bank Field site for another Magnitude Sports doubleheader. We got some post 400 action here. Post 400 Comets going to be taking on Kindred post 117. I'm Eric Youngson here with Magnitude Sports. We thank you for tuning in today from wherever you may be. Local time here, 5:22 is about ready to get this first game underway here. 5:30 the scheduled time for first pitch in game one. 7:30 the scheduled time for the opening pitch in game two. It gets you now here your starting lineups as we're about to get this game underway here. We'll see if I can beat the PA announcer or not. For the Comets, leading off going to be Jacob Hamill at second base. Max Kirkaby going to be in center field batting second. Chase Keller batting third behind the plate at catcher. Batting cleanup and starting on the hill today for the Comets going to be Zane Spritznatic. Ryder Olschman going to be at first base today, batting fifth. Carson Bevel batting sixth at shortstop. Gabe Schumacher over at third base, batting seventh. Zach Morrison, right field, batting eighth. And Abram Anderson out in left field, batting ninth. And for Kindred, post 117, Carter Schmidt's going to be leading off. He'll be the designated hitter. Ethan McKenney will be at second base today, batting second. Nick Thompson will be batting third at third base. Oakley Dubourg will be batting cleanup at catcher. Jack Packer will be at first base today, batting fifth. Matt Pearson will be on the hill today for Kindred. He'll be batting sixth. And we'll take it down to your PA announcer here and finish off these starting lineups as well as bench players for these teams.
And the post 400 Comets. Introducing the non-starters first for Kindred. Number 7, Graham Galazo. Number 6, Lucas Clabundi. Number 19, Brett Colagero. Number 22, Jorgen Swenson. Number 13, Connor Rowland. Number 21, Jeremiah Doctor. And number 45, Blake Hushka. Non-starters for the Astros, number 7, Jason J.J. Johnson. Number 20, Logan Rentz. Number 21, Aiden Muse. Number 6, Cabot Mitchell. Number 23, Grant Hubbard. Number 3, Chase Hansen. Number 12, Nick Dawson. And number 13, Ben Crawford. Now for your starting lineups tonight. First for the visitors on the scoreboard, Kindred post 117. Leading off, the designated hitter, number 11, Carter Schmitz. Batting second, the second baseman, number 10, Ethan McKenney. Batting third, the third baseman, number 24, Nick Thompson. Batting cleanup and doing the catching is number 1, Oakley Dubourg. Batting fifth, first baseman, number 32, Jack Packer. Batting sixth, doing the pitching is number 9, Matt Pearson. Batting seventh in right field is number 17, Max Ockgran. Batting eighth in center field, number 8, Mason Almaris. Batting ninth, left fielder, number 12, Caleb Clabundi. And at shortstop, number 2, Logan Myers. Kindred is coached by Josh Almaris and Jordan Latovsky. Now for the Comets. Leading off and playing second base, number 15, Jacob Hamill. Batting second, center fielder, number 2, Max Kirkaby. Batting third and doing the catching is number 14, Chase Keller. Batting fourth and doing the pitching, number 11, Zane Sprisnatic. Batting fifth, playing first base, is number 16, Ryder Allschmidt. Batting sixth, playing shortstop, number 5, Carson Bevel. Batting seventh, playing third base, is number 9, Gabe Schumacher. Batting eighth in right field is number 4, Zach Morse. And batting ninth is left fielder number 8, Abram Anderson. The Comets are coached by Nathan Damaris and Jake Bryant. Now we would ask that you all please rise, face the flag, and remove any headwear for the playing of the national anthem.
All right, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, opening pitch here between the Comets and Kindred right after this.
Looking for a new home? Make home happen this summer by getting pre-qualified for free with Sean Carlson at Town & Country Credit Union. He'll help you find the best mortgage options for you and keep the process running smoothly from beginning to end. With a 98% satisfaction rate, awesome rewards, low fees, and great rates, it's clear why members love Town & Country Credit Union. Stop in or visit townandcountry.org to find out how you can become a Town & Country member today. Insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender. Go Promo is your go-to for custom apparel, screen printing, embroidery, and hundreds of other promotional products. Put your company logo on a t-shirt, jacket, calendar, mouse pad, pen, or even a backdrop display for an upcoming event. Possibilities are absolutely endless at justgopromo.com. You can also easily set up an online apparel store for your sports team or business. Email or call Twyla, and she'll set up the store, set up collection for online payments, and even deliver your products packaged and ready to go. Email her today, Twyla at justgopromo.com, or call 388-4852. Go Promo. Consider it branded.
Alrighty, welcome back to Starion Bank Field. About ready to get some almost 4th of July baseball on our hands here. You might be able to have noticed earlier on when players were lining up, Kindred donning some red, white, and blue patriotic uniforms today, while the Post 400 Comets wearing their usual home uniforms. First day July 1st as we approach the weekend, and it's really starting to feel like summer. You got the sun peeking through the clouds here. About ready to play America's pastime baseball. And if you're like me here at the ballpark right now, the smell of burgers on the grill tickling your nose should be setting the stage for another beautiful night here of baseball here on Magnitude Sports.
The shortstop is Carson Bevel.
Going through the lineups one more time here. Looking around the diamond. Ryder Allschmidt over at first base. Jacob Hamill at second. Carson Bevel at shortstop. Gabe Schumacher over at third base. Chase Keller, the catcher. Zane Spritznatic, the pitcher. And the outfield from right to left, Zach Morse, Max Kirkby, and Abram Anderson. Looking at the first three due up here for Kindred, it's going to be Carter Schmitz, Ethan McKenney, and Nick Thompson, the DH, the second baseman, and the third baseman. You can see Spritznatic getting a few final warm-ups in here as 5:30 is the time on the clock, and we're about ready to play some baseball here. Like I said earlier, I mentioned this last night too, if you tuned into the broadcast for the Astros game. Hard to believe it's already the first day of July here, as it seems like this summer really starting to fly along. July, of course, really seen as the last quote-unquote full month of summer, I guess. Summer technically doesn't end until September, but if you're a student like me, Summer usually ends in August. July also being the month named after Julius Caesar, which is why October
Leading off the top
is
half of
the
the first inning
10th
for
month
Kindred
in
is
the
designated
calendar,
hitter number
not
11,
the 8th,
Carter
because
Schmidt.
Julius and Augustus Caesar decided to name months after each other. The more you know. But enough of that. Let's get to baseball now here. Top of the first. And it's going to be Carter Schmitz leading things off against Zane Spritznatic. First pitch, and that one coming in high and tight, and Schmitz falling back, leaving his feet right there as he had to get out of the way of that one. Needless to say, the count at 1-0. Second pitch is going to be popped up the other way and foul by Schmitz to even the count. So 1-1 to the leadoff DH. Not something you see every day here, but been saying that about a few of these lineup configurations here in my time thus far. Seen a leadoff catcher as well. That pitch in the dirt for a ball. But baseball, the one thing that's constant about this game is it's always changing. Of course, even just a few years ago, the idea of having a power hitting leadoff man would have been blasphemous, but now you see a lot of teams employ that. That pitch also in for a ball to Schmitz. The count now 3-1, a hitter's count here to the leadoff man. A good chance right here to set the table for Kindred. Spritznatic's pitch is on the way, and that one catching the zone for a strike. It's a full count at 3-2. Now, very first at-bat of the game, a payoff pitch upcoming. And it's down the middle, but high for a ball. Ball 4. Schmitz will walk on the full count, and that'll put the first runner on for Kindred for Ethan McKenney.
Batting second for Kindred, the second baseman, number 10, Ethan McKenney.
Schmitz the runner over at first, and the pickoff attempt over, trying to catch him napping. Over towards Ryder Olschmidt, the first baseman. Maybe getting a little bit of dirt on those red, white, and blue uniforms. First pitch to McKenney. That one on the outside part of the zone for strike one, and then a courtesy throw by Keller over towards first base. Schmitz privy to that one, although it was a little bit close. Olschmidt able to get his tag down, which is not quite in time. Count 0-1 now to the second baseman. Now another pickoff attempt, and that one a little bit closer. The umpire taking his time with this decision right there, but I think he had in his mind safe the entire way. Maybe just building a little bit of suspense here early on. Umpires are entertainers sometimes too, and now the runner taking off at the pitch. As that one came in for, I believe it was a strike. 0-2 the count as Schmitz steals second base. So it's 0-2 with a man on second now to Ethan McKenney. Now Spritznatic will step off. He's working with a pitcher's count here, seeking the first out of the game. From the stretch, his pitch outside, getting past the catcher, and Schmitz over to third base. 1-2 the count now, and runner advancing 90 feet away from the first run of the game. Good opportunity right here for Kindred to strike first. Spritznatic's pitch is on the way and high for a ball to even the count. Now 2-2 to McKenney. Even count pitch on the way, and that one going to be hit up over the head of Spritznatic. They will throw over to home to try and get the runner. That throw over the head of Keller, and heading over to second is going to be McKenney. It's 1-0 for Kindred. They strike first in the ball game. See what the official ruling is. It's going to be ruled as an error. So McKenney reaching second on the air. That results in Carter Schmitz, the leadoff man, scoring for the first run of the ball game. Now already a meeting on the mound here for Spritznatic and the infield. 1-0 your score. Kindred striking first after that error, putting a runner on second base as well. Still 3 outs to play with for Nick Thompson, who's due up next. It's Thompson, Oakley Dubord, and Jack Packer, the 3 due up here for Kindred, the first baseman, catcher, and, or excuse me, the third baseman, catcher, and first baseman, respectively. Spritznatic, 11 pitches on the ball game thus far between those two batters. 6 balls and 5 strikes.
Third baseman, number 24, Nick Thompson.
Here is Nick Thompson settling in to the number 3 hole with a runner in scoring position in McKenney. First pitch is swung through by Thompson for strike 1. Now here's the 0-1. First, Spritznatic will check the runner. That one a breaking ball that's going to be popped up towards the shallow part of center field, and coming in and making the catch is Kirkaby for out number 1. Tagging up and advancing to third is McKenney. Nice base running right there. So might as well chalk that one up as a sacrifice fly, as that will advance the runner.
Batting fourth for Kindred, the
First out of
catcher,
the
number
inning.
1, Oakley Dubord.
Now the cleanup man, Oakley Dubord, up next. Dubord's got an opportunity maybe for a sacrifice fly of his own to make it 2-0 here. Only 1 away and the runner on third base. First pitch to Dubord is low for a ball, and you can see him putting his hand up and telling McKinney to hold where you are. That one was knocked down pretty quickly by Keller behind the plate. 1-0 the count. From the stretch, Spritznatic has that pitch dropped into the zone for a strike. Count 1-1. Now here's the third pitch of the at-bat. And it's a fastball that misses low for a ball. 2-1 the count. Been a theme thus far here for Kindred. They've been able to be patient at the plate and get ahead in the count more often than not. Another instance right here on a 2-1. That 2-1 is going to be hit right towards Spritznatic over at the mound. He knocks it down enough that the play can be made by Hamill at second base over to first for the second out of the inning, but it's also the second run of the inning as Kindred strikes again. They now lead 2-0.
Batting fifth for Kindred, the first baseman, number 32, Jack Packer.
Jack Packer up next. He's got the bases empty with 2 away. Those of you just joining, Kindred leading 2-0. Of course, you might have just saw that ground out that had scored the runner from third. And prior to that, it was an error on the throw home that scored the leadoff man, Schmitz. And that's your scoring thus far. Kindred with those 2 runs here in the top of the first. Second pitch is swung on by Packer, and it's an 0-2 count. Now Spritznatic 1 pitch away from ending the inning here, trying to turn it back over to the Comets bats and make up the early deficit here in the bottom of the first. But first, he's got to get after Packer. The 0-2 is taken high for a ball. That one a breaking ball that just couldn't quite break enough. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count. Spritzanatic got him swinging for strike 3. They'll throw over to first. That's going to do it for the first inning. Packer sent packing on strikes. So after one here, Kindred in the top half of the first, they get 2 runs on no hits and 1 common error. 2-0 your score. Kindred post 117 up on top over the post 400 Comets. We'll see if the Comets can answer back here with Hamill, Kirkby, and Keller right after this on the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
Hi, it's Dr. Tiffany Johnson from Healing Touch Chiropractic in West Fargo. What impact I want to make, how my office is different, how my niche is different. It is all about giving people hope and helping them believe that their bodies were made to heal.
Let me show you how your life can change through chiropractic at Healing Touch Chiropractic.
Alrighty, welcome back here to Starion Bank Field. 2-0 your score. Kindred up on top over the Comets 2-0 as we approach the bottom of the first inning. Jacob Hamill, Max Kirkby, and Chase Keller, the 3-2 up. We're going to be facing off against Matt Pearson, the left-handed starter, who is getting his warm-ups in right now with Oakley Dubord, the catcher. And we'll see what he's made up of here as he takes on the top of the order for the Comets here in the bottom of the first. Pearson, as I mentioned earlier, a lefty. Seen a few lefties here on Magnitude. We saw one last night pitching for post 2. And I'm going to be honest, I'm actually drawing a blank on his name right now, but he was the starter for game 2. It was something Manley. I remember his last name was that, and it's not Ryan Manley, because that was the Fargo North basketball player that I was talking about. But I might have to go through my phone sometime and find that. But we'll see what this left-hander has in store here versus post 400. This time the Comets. It's going to be Jacob Hamill leading things off, the second baseman. Pearson's first pitch of the game is low in the zone to Hamill for strike 1. Count 0-1 as we are 12 minutes into this ball game. First pitch at 5:31 local time. Second pitch of the half inning is popped up high, should be playable in the infield, and charging in over from first base is Jack Packer for the first out of the inning. One down now for Max Kirkby.
Batting second for the Comets, the center fielder, number 2, Max Kirkby.
We got a lefty versus lefty battle here as Kirkby will dig in to the left-hand side of the batter's box. And the first pitch to Kirkby is outside for a ball. From the windup, Pearson catches the low part of the zone on that pitch for strike 1. It's a 1-1 count. The 1-1 is fouled off for strike 2. One, 2 on the way from Pearson. It's a breaking ball that misses high to even the count at 2 apiece. 2-2 now to number 2, Kirkby. And that one got him looking for strike 3. Textbook by Pearson for the second out of the inning. 2 down now for Chase Keller.
The catcher, number 14, Chase Keller.
I'd also like to take a moment to remind you that for the Stars game taking on Dickinson, that is going to be a 6:30 local time start, 5:30 Mountain time. Once again, if you're looking for the Stars game, that one going to be starting in about 45 minutes from now. And you would be in the same boat as me if you were just learning that Dickinson is in Mountain time, because I was actually in Dickinson last week and I had no idea until about the day that I left for it. Count now 2-1 to Keller. And the really odd thing about that is that the time zone change actually is a curve in North Dakota. So if you're to walk straight up from Dickinson far enough, that one is put in play over towards third base. Thompson can't field it cleanly. And it's going to go down as I believe either, well, obviously it'd be either hit or an error. It's ruled as an error. Keller put on first base.
Courtesy
One on
runner
and
at
two
first
away
base,
now
Logan
for
Renz.
Zane Spritznatic, as
Stepping
Logan
to the plate
Rentz
is
will be the
cleanup
courtesy
hitter,
runner.
The pitcher, number 11, Zane Spritznatic.
Spritznatic, the cleanup hitter, has a runner on first with 2 away and puts that one up in the air, but foul for strike 1. I'll get to my story about time zones in a sec, but we've got a baseball game to call here first. Second pitch on the way to Spritznatic, and that one on the outside part for strike 2. It's a quick 0-2 count in a pitcher v. pitcher battle. The 0-2 is swung on a missed for strike 3. That's a second strikeout of the inning for Matt Pearson. And the third out of the inning for Kindred as they hold their score 2-0 here as Comets get no runs, no hits on one Kindred error. We'll be right back with the top of the second. A little interesting tidbit about time zones in North Dakota right after this.
Looking for a new home? Make home happen this summer by getting pre-qualified for free with Sean Carlson at Town & Country Credit Union. He'll help you find the best mortgage options for you and keep the process running smoothly from beginning to end. With a 98% satisfaction rate, awesome rewards, low fees, and great rates, it's clear why members love Town & Country Credit Union. Stop in or visit townandcountry.org to find out how you can become a Town & Country member today. Insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Alrighty, we welcome you back here to Starion Bank Field. 2-0 your score after one. Kindred post 117 beating the post 400 Comets 2-0. No hits for either team, 1 error each, but it's a little bit of base running and some trickery that's been the key for Kindred here in their 2-0 lead. So as I was alluding earlier, and in case you might have missed the tidbit before the tidbit, the Stars game starting at 6:30 today instead of 5:30. It's 5:30 local time, but Dickinson is in mountain time out west in North Dakota. So an extra hour here as that game will be starting about 45 minutes. But as I was mentioning earlier, there's a tiny pocket out in western North Dakota, just slightly past Bismarck. That's mountain time zone. But depending on how far north you go, even in the uppermost northwest part of North Dakota, that is central time zone. But if you go down to the middle western part, then that is mountain time zone. And even more interestingly enough, there it looks like on this map that I'm looking at right now, there's a certain county that's split up into 2 different time zones, and that one having the northern part in central and the southern part in mountain. And of course there's Arizona that doesn't even observe daylight savings
number
time.
9, Matt Pearson.
Makes you question reality sometimes, I guess. But enough about that. Just thought I'd throw that out there as something a little interesting I learned that pertains to what's going on around Magnitude Sports and Porsche 400. But back to baseball now with Matt Pearson leading things off, pitcher v. pitcher, to start the second inning. And the first pitch to Pearson is high for a ball. It's Pearson, Opgrand, and Almaris, the 3 due up here for Kindred. The 1-0 pitch missing outside for ball 2. So quick hitters count now to the starting pitcher Pearson at 2-0. And a look to set the table in inning number 2 for Kindred, who already have a 2-0 lead. And Spritznatic's pitch catching the outside part of the zone for a strike. 2-1 the count. From the windup, here's the pitch, and that one popped up high but into foul territory, well foul, and just over the dugout, as you can maybe hear a slight tap against it. Certainly not the loudest foul ball we've heard here, but certainly audible, and it evens the count at 2 apiece. Two pitch is popped up straight back and foul, and it keeps the count at 2-2. Pearson getting a piece of that one and staying alive. Another 2-2, and it's also fouled off. Pearson fouling off now the last 3 pitches here. Done a good job staying alive, hunting for his pitch as it keeps the count at 2-2. We'll see if that hunting pays off. Taken outside and low for a ball. Now the count 3-2. Pitch number 8 of this at-bat upcoming. It's been a battle here between Pearson and Spritzanatic. And will pitch number 8 decide this one? It might. Well, it will for sure. We'll see who in favor of, as it's a chopped grounder over towards Hamill. Hamill makes the play for out number 1. So it was an out that cost a few pitches onto the arm of Spritzanatic, but I don't think he'll care too much, as the first hitter has been sent down. It's 1 down now for Max Opgrand. And the first pitch to Opgrand on the way, high for a ball. Want to know the count to the number 7 hitter. And the 1-0 turns to 1-1 as that fastball finding the lower part of the zone. Over near the knees for a strike. Here's the 1-1, and that one a looping breaking ball that couldn't loop back into the zone. Taken high for the second ball of the at-bat. The 2-1. In for strike 2, count even. We'll see what pitch Spritzanatic picks out of his arsenal as he goes for out number 2. He went with the fastball, missing low and outside for a ball. That fills up the count at 3-2. Another full count on our hands. Second one of the inning thus far between these two hitters. First one went the way of Spritzanatic. We'll see if history repeats itself as the pitch comes in, and it is hit hard on the ground. A sliding stop attempt by Bevel, but it gets by Bevel. And over to first base goes Opgrand with a single. And that is the first hit of the game for either team. Kindred has a runner on first now after the single.
Number 8, Mason Almaris.
Here's Mason Almaris with 1 on and 1 away. It's Almaris, Caleb Klabundi, and then the top of the order, and Carter Schmitz the 3-2 up should we get that far. Spritzanatic firing back over to first. Pickoff attempt, but not much doing right there. Now another pickoff. It's like 10-year-old me with a scab. Keep trying to pick him off right there. And now the first pitch upcoming to Almaris. And it catches the low and away part of the zone for strike 1. 0-1 the count now to Mason Almaris. From the stretch, the pitch is going to be flared out towards right field. Should be an easy play for Zach Morse. And he makes the catch for out number 2. Runner will hold up on first base as that brings up Caleb Klabundi.
Batting ninth for Kindred, the left fielder, number 12, Caleb Klabundi.
The number 9 hitter will dig in and try and keep this inning alive for Kindred. Spritznatic will step off the mound. Now he'll fire back over to first base. This time a sidearm motion. The umpire once again with a delayed signal. Now we have time called over by home plate. You can see the catcher Keller maybe wiping his face a little bit. It's a hot one out there. Thankfully, I've got the window cracked in here, and I had the AC on earlier to cool it down, but I can't imagine how hot it is on that turf field. Not to mention, as a catcher, you've got all that equipment on as well. First pitch fouled off by Klabundi. Certainly one of the most physically and mentally taxing positions in all of sports, catcher is. Between the equipment, just crouching down, and having to know hitters' tendencies, calling a game, being a wall behind the plate, making sure balls don't get past, gunning down runners trying to steal on you. And of course, maybe not as much now, but always the threat looming of a Pete Rose, Ray Fosse-like collision at the dish. That pitch by Spritznatic in for strike 2. And if you've never seen what I was talking about before, go look that one up. There's a reason they call him Charlie Hustle. And the craziest part about that collision is it actually happens during the All-Star game, not even a quote-unquote game that counted. Another pickoff attempt over at first. Opgren sliding in safely. Here's the 0-2, and that one a looping breaking ball, nearly catching the top part of the zone to get him looking, but Klabundi laying off, and it's ball 1. Time going to be called now as Klabundi will step out. Pitch, a fastball missing outside to even the count at 2 apiece. Even count now to Klabundi, looking to keep the inning alive for Kindred. And he won't. Spritznatic got him swinging for strike 3 and the 3rd out of the inning. That's going to do it for Kindred in the top half of the second.
No runs on
they get one hit, first hit of the game. No errors and one runner left on base. 2-0 your score here. Kindred leading the Comets. We'll be back bottom of the second inning right after this.
You simply click and order. We decorate and deliver. GoPromo is the area's premier provider for easy-to-use online team stores with screen-printed, embroidered, and promotional products. From your computer screen to the bleachers, and from the boardroom to the field, just go promo. Visit justgopromo.com.
Alrighty, welcome back here to the Magnitude Sports Media Network and our presentation of some Legion baseball. Kindred post 117 and the post 400 Comets, and it's Kindred with the 2-0 lead as we approach the bottom of the second. Ryder Alschmidt, Carson Bevel, and Gabe Schumacher, the 3-2 up. as they'll take on Matt Pearson in inning number 2 of pitching. Pearson
Leading off the bottom half
with
of the
14
second for the
pitches on the
Comets,
game,
first
4 balls
baseman,
and
number
10
16,
strikes.
Ryder Alschmidt.
And he allowed 1 runner on the air, but that's been it thus far through the first frame. Here is Ryder Alschmidt, the first baseman, the lead off the bottom of the second. First pitch is away to Alschmidt for ball 1. From the windup, the 1-0 is taken low for ball 2. Working quickly now is Pearson as he deals. That one a liner through the gap for a base hit, getting past Myers over at short. Ryder Alschmidt answering with the Comets' first hit of the game. And it's a good start for them here in the bottom of the second.
Batting
1
sixth
on
for
for
the
Carson
Comets,
Bevel.
the shortstop, number 5, Carson Bevel.
From the stretch, here's the first pitch to Bevel, and it's a breaking ball low for ball 1. Nice knockdown right there by Dubord. You can see Bevel now putting his hand up and telling Alschmidt to hold his horses over at first. As the second pitch comes inside for a ball. 2 balls and no strikes, the count now to the shortstop Bevel. Watches that one low in the zone for strike 1. Now 3-1 the count to Bevel. Hitter's count as he watches that one outside the zone. 3-1 count with Gabe Schumacher on deck. And it's now a 4-1 count. Take your base, Bevel. He walks on 5 pitches. Runners on first and second. No way for Gabe Schumacher.
Batting 7th, third baseman, number 9, Gabe Schumacher.
Starting to look like an opportunity mounting here for the Comets in the bottom of the second. Schumacher shows bunt. He's able to square it up, not 100% cleanly, as it comes crashing and flying. Nearly combined those 2 words right there, but it goes into the netting for strike 1 on a foul ball. See if Schumacher goes with a bunt again. He won't, as he takes that pitch inside for a ball. Certainly have the flexibility to do that when you've got 2 on and no away. Now that pitch missing away to Schumacher to make it a 2-1 count. Pearson, who commanded the strike zone pretty well in the first inning, not having quite as much success here in the bottom of the second thus far. Schumacher pops that one up over towards the infield and should be playable for the shortstop Myers. Myers gets under the pop fly for out number 1. Runners will hold up at their respective bases.
Right fielder, number 4, Zach Morse.
That brings up Zach Morse. Morse, the number 8 hitter, has 1 away with Alschmidt on second and Bevel on first. First pitch is hit the other way and foul. The 0-1 missing outside for a ball. Even count now to Morse. Pitch on the way and cut through for strike 2. Pitcher's count to Zach Morse. Pearson looking for his 3rd strikeout of the game and the 2nd out at the bottom of the second. And he got it. Got him swinging for strike 3. 2 away now as Kindred trying to get out of a jam. And they started off the inning looking at a situation where it was 2 on and no away. But Pearson got the pop out to Myers and then the strikeout. Now it's down to Abram Anderson with 2 away. The first pitch to Anderson in for strike 1. Pearson kicks and fires as that one is lined over towards Pearson. Nice backup right there as it took a weird bounce off the bump. But Logan Myers privy to it, and that's going to do it for the second inning as the Comets are blanked. They get 1 hit, 2 left on, no errors, and the score remains 2-0. Kindred leading the Comets. Back with more baseball in a flash.
Hi, it's Dr. Tiffany Johnson from Healing Touch Chiropractic in West Fargo. What impact I want to make, how my office is different, how my niche is different. It is all about giving people hope and helping them believe that their bodies were made to heal.
Let me show you how your life can change through chiropractic at Healing Touch Chiropractic.
Alrighty, back in action here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network. Post 117 versus Post 400, and it's 117. That's greater than 400, at least as of right now. 2-0 your score, Kindred leading after 2 innings. And as we approach the top of the third, it's going to be the top of the order for Kindred. Carter Schmitz, Ethan McKenney, and Nick Thompson, the 3-2 up. Schmitz walked in his first trip up to the plate. Here he is to start off the third inning.
For Kindred in
and
the
Zane
top half of the
Spitznatic.
third inning. Top of the order, designated hitter Carter Schmitz.
First pitch to Schmitz. High for a ball. And it was the first pitch of the game, actually, that was to Schmitz. That was also high and a little bit tight. That one not quite as inside, but you could see him duck his head a little bit. Same result. Count is 1-0. Now 2-0 is that one in the upper part of the zone, but just outside the zone. 2-0 to the leadoff man. Pitch from the windup is a fastball. And that one also on the inside part, but on the inside part of the zone. 2-1 the count. Maybe Spitznatic trying to set it up to pitch him away. He deals, and that one over more the middle part of the zone, and that one getting between Schumacher and Bevel over at third and short. And it's a base hit for Carter Schmitz. First hit of the game for him. He's reached base twice now.
Second baseman Ethan
puts
McKenney.
one on for Ethan McKenney. McKenney reached on an error his first time up. He's 0 for 1. Now the second hit of the game for post 117. Taking off with the pitch is Schmitz. He slides in head first safely over at second. Stolen base for Carter Schmitz. He's now in scoring position for McKenney. The count 1-0 as well. Spitznatic dealing on a 1-0 count, and that one is chopped in the ground. Charging in from third base is Schumacher, and Schumacher makes the throw over to first for the first out of the inning. Runner will hold up at second base as that brings up Nick Thompson.
Third baseman Nick Thompson.
Nick Thompson with a sacrifice fly in his first time up. He settles in with a runner on second and one down. First pitch is inside to Thompson for a ball. Count 1-0 as Spritznatic checking the runner over on second. Now he'll step off before firing the pitch, just to be 100% certain that there's nothing going on the base paths. Now here's the pitch to Thompson, and Thompson getting a hold of that one out towards left field, but Abram Anderson privy to the call right there as he snags the liner for out number 2. Runner will hold up on second base once again as that brings up Oakley Dubord. Dubord will dig in with 2 away and a runner on second. He's 0 for 1 with a ground out. He will look to keep this inning alive for Kindred. One that started off so promisingly with a base hit and then a stolen base by Schmitz. Since then, it's been 2 straight outs, and it's the Comets looking to get out of the inning, keeping it at a 2-0 ball game. First pitch is inside and low for ball 1. Spritznatic kicks and fires as that one is low for ball 2. You can see a quick throw back by Keller, but it was just a quick throw to the pitcher, not the second baseman Hamill, who's been drifting in and around that second base area. You can see him clapping the leather right now. As the pitch comes in, and that one good for a strike, 2-1 the count. Hamill back over by second base again. Now backing off just a little bit as the pitch is fired by Spritznatic, and it's on the outside part of the zone for strike 2. It's an even count to Oakley Dubord. And Spritznatic 1 pitch away from doing the task he set out to do, and that's escape this inning without allowing a run. Here's the 2-2 as the runner takes off for third, and it's going to be fouled off by Dubord, so Schmitz will have to come back. We'll see if he does that again here on a still 2-2 count with 2 away. You'd have to imagine that that's something that the Comets are going to be keeping their eyes on now, even more so. Right on cue, a pickoff attempt by Spritznatic. Another 2-2 pitch on the way, and that one is fouled off. Dubord fouls off the pitch for the second straight time, and he stays alive in the count. Now 56 pitches unofficially for Zane Spritznatic. 23 balls and 33 strikes making up those 56. Runner taking off once again for third, and getting in standing up is going to be Carter Schmitz. Counting all full as well. So 2 stolen bases for Carter Schmitz in this inning. And a big payoff pitch upcoming from Zane Spritznatic. And it dropped into the zone for strike 3. It's a drop third strike, but the throw should be routine by Keller over to Holschmidt. And it is. So that's going to do it here for the top half of the third. Kindred with a base hit, leaving a runner on third. Your score remains 2-0 here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network. Back with the bottom of the third right after this.
Hi, it's Dr. Tiffany Johnson from Healing Touch Chiropractic in West Fargo. What impact I want to make, how my office is different, how my niche is different. It is all about giving people hope and helping them believe that their bodies were made to heal.
Let me show you how your life can change through chiropractic at Healing Touch Chiropractic.
Alrighty, we welcome you back to Starion Bank Field. Bottom half of the third about to get underway. It's Jacob Hamill, Max Kirkby, and Chase Keller, the 3-2 up. Top of the order for the Comets as they trail 2-0 and try and make up this deficit. They've still got plenty of ball game to do so. But it's always a good time to get some runs if you're a baseball team. First pitch to Hamill, taken for strike 1. In sports, you can never have too much, it seems like, as that pitch inside to Hamill to even the count. Never have too much pitching, can never have too much hitting, can never have too many runs. Count 1-1 now to Hamill. That one missing outside for a ball, 2-1. Pearson from the windup has his pitch popped up over towards the outfield, drifting back out into left field, and making the catch is Caleb Klabundi for the out. One down now for Max Kirkby.
The center fielder, Max Kirkby.
Kirkby 0 for 1 with a strikeout in this game. One of, I believe it's 3 strikeouts for Matt Pearson. First pitch to Kirkby, strike 1. Pearson missing the zone on that one to even the count. 1-1 now to the center fielder. Pitch on the way. Kirkby getting a hold of that one, but hitting it the other way, foul over towards that Kindred dugout. And the count 1-2. Pearson from the windup. Couldn't quite get the punch out right there, missing the top outer corner of the zone. And it evens the count at 2 apiece. I'll try again right here on the 2-2, and that one held up. It's a drop third strike, but the tag laid down right there by Dubord. So we got Kirkby down on strikes for the second time today. That's the second out of the inning.
The catcher, Chase Keller.
Chase Keller up next. He's 0 for 1, reaching on an error his first time up. He'll seek to keep this inning alive for the Comets as they'll look to avoid going 1-2-3. Pearson's pitch is popped up over towards third base and now shortstop. Logan Myers gets under it. And that is exactly what it is. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Kindred, 3 up and 3 down. Score remains 2-0 here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network. We'll be right back after this quick word from your sponsor.
Go Promo is your go-to for custom apparel, screen printing, embroidery, and hundreds of other promotional products. Put your company logo on a t-shirt, jacket, calendar, mouse pad, pen, or even a backdrop display for an upcoming event. Possibilities are absolutely endless at justgopromo.com. You can also easily set up an online apparel store for your sports team or business. Email or call Twyla, and she'll set up the store, set up collection for online payments, and even deliver your products packaged and ready to go. Email her today, Twyla at justgopromo.com, or call 388-4852. Go Promo. Consider it branded.
Alrighty, hi, hello, and welcome back. Top of the fourth inning about to get underway. Kindred leading the Comets, still 2-0 here. It's a 2-run first inning for Kindred. That's been your scoring in this ballgame thus far, as Jack Packer, Matt Pearson, and Max Opgrand will be the 3 due up for Kindred here in the top of the fourth, and they'll be facing off against Zane Spritzanatic. Back out for his fourth inning of work. He's at 57 pitches on the game, 23 balls and 34 strikes. Packer, the first baseman, 0 for 1 on the game with a strikeout. It was that strikeout that ended the aforementioned first inning for Kindred. First pitch to Packer, taken for strike 1. Here's the 0-1 from Spritzanatic, and it's swung on by Packer for strike 2. Quick pitcher's count now to the first baseman. On the 0-2 count, Spritzanatic kicks and fires. That one missing low for a ball. Couldn't quite get the punch out right there. Packer stays alive as the count is now at 1-2. Packer getting a hold of that one, carrying out towards the outfield and dropping. That's a gapper, rolling over towards the wall. That should be extra bases as Packer will head on over to second base. That's a stand-up double for Jack Packer to lead things off for Kindred in the top of the fourth. Time going to be called now as well, it sounds like. Looks like we'll have a new runner out there. Try and glance at the number. A little bit harder with those uniforms, but I believe it looks like 22.
Pinch running to second base.
And it is
22,
Jorgen Swanson.
Stepping to the plate, the pitcher, number 9, Matt Pearson.
Matt Pearson up next. He's 0 for 1 with a ground out. He's got a runner on second after the Packer double. First pitch is up and over the glove of Keller, as heading into third and getting in safely is the runner Swanson. Good opportunity right here for Kindred to add on to their lead, as they've got a runner on third with no away. 1-0 the count to Pearson. Now taken for 2-0, as it's knocked down nicely by Keller to keep it in front of him. Otherwise, it might have been 3-0, and I'm not talking about the count, I'm talking about the score. Spritznatic's pitch in for strike one. Here is the 2-1. That one just missing the zone to make it 3-1. Hitters count to Pearson, the pitcher. Pearson fouling that one off to fill up the count. 3-2, and that one looked like, just based off his body language, a tiny bit one that he wished he had back. But he'll settle back in now, still with a 3-2 count. A chance to still do plenty of damage. And he'll pop that one up out towards left field. Abram Anderson tracking back, and he makes the catch for out number one. Tagging up and scoring is going to be Swanson. So it's a sac fly by Pearson. That makes it 3-0 here for Kindred. If you're Kindred, you're
Right
certainly
fielder,
not going to be
Max
complaining
Offhand.
about that. You trade an out for a run. And still only one away here for Max Opgrand, who's 1 for 1 with a single. First pitch to Opgrand outside for ball one. The first run scored since the top of the first inning in this ball game. They've all come from the feet of Kindred. Second pitch to Opgrand, also high for a ball. Two 2-0 the count, 3-0 the lead for Kindred and Opgrand. Spritznatic's pitch on the way, and that one just missing that inside part of the zone. It's a little bit too much inside, and now it's a 3-0 count to Opgrand. The 3-0 got the outside part of the zone for strike one. 3-1 the count as Spritznatic will look to fight his way back into this at-bat. Strike right here would do a world of help. Instead, he'll get the out, it looks like, as it's grounded out towards Ryder Olschmid for out number two. So he'll certainly take that. That makes the task a little bit easier.
Center fielder Mason Almaris.
2 outs now for Mason Almaris, who's 0 for 1 with a flyout. First pitch to Almaris is taken for a ball. Here's the 1-0 from Spritznatic. And that one low for ball two. Keller going to have a quick chat with Spritznatic. Now he'll reset on the mound. It's a 2-0 count to Mason Almaris. Pitch on the way, and it's inside for ball three. Unofficially now the 75th pitch on the night for Spritznatic. 33 balls, 42 strikes making up those 75. Right now he's working on a 3-0 count against Mason Almaris, who's looking to walk and keep this inning going for Kindred. An inning where they've already scored one. That one taken for strike one. Well, the previous out we saw was from a 3-0 count, turned 3-1. That was a ground out. I'm sure that the Comets would love the same result right here. They won't get it on that pitch, but they will get a pro-Comet result. That pitch taken for strike 2, and now it's a full count to Mason Almaris. And Zane Spritsnatic looking to complete the 3-0 comeback and get out number 3 right here. Payoff pitch is swung on and hit in the ground over towards third. Schumacher coming in and making the throw for the third out. That's exactly what the Comets are looking for, but it's Kindred with one run on one hit. They leave no runners left on base. That's going to do it for the top half of the fourth as Kindred leads 3-0 here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network. Back with more right after this.
Looking for a new home? Make home happen this summer by getting pre-qualified for free with Sean Carlson at Town & Country Credit Union. He'll help you find the best mortgage options for you and keep the process running smoothly from beginning to end. With a 98% satisfaction rate, awesome rewards, low fees, and great rates, it's clear why members love Town & Country Credit Union. Stop in or visit townandcountry.org to find out how you can become a Town & Country member today. Insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Alrighty, welcome back. Bottom of the fourth inning about to get underway. We're halfway through game one. 3-0, Kindred leading the post 400 Comets 3-0 as Zane Spritsnatic going to dig in for at-bat number 2. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. It's Spritsnatic, Olschmidt, and Bevel the 3-2 up. And Spritsnatic starting off the inning, lifting that one just foul. Nearly a base hit, but instead it'll go down as strike 1. Matt Pearson, 43 pitches on the game, 17 balls, 26 strikes. And he's done some pretty solid work thus far. Pitched 3 innings of shutout ball, looking for inning number 4 right here. Second pitch to Spritsnatic is a heater that's low for a ball. One and one now to Spritsnatic. And he swings on that one on the outside part of the zone for strike 2. Pitcher's count here for Pearson. And he got him swinging for strike 3. Pulled the string on that one, excuse me. One down now for Ryder Olschmidt.
First baseman Ryder Olschmidt.
Well, I know some of you watching at home might be getting ready for a 4th of July wiffle ball game. Tradition in my family usually. Right now it looks like Matt Pearson is pitching with a wiffle ball the way he's been dealing. And he gets a swing on the first pitch right there to Olschmidt. 0-1 the count. Mentioned the shutout he's got going right now. Pearson also with 5 strikeouts on the game through 3 1/3 inning. Olschmidt checking his swing right there. You can see him glance back at the umpire to make sure he wasn't going to call that one a strike. I don't think he went, and the umpire agrees with me as the count is 1-1. Pearson missing outside for ball 2. Olschmidt with a single earlier on in this ball game, going the other way. Now he's on verge of reaching base again as the count is 3-1. That last pitch was pitch number 50 for Pearson. And he misses low for ball 4. Olschmidt will walk. Second time he's reached base today, and that'll bring up Carson Bevel, who walked himself.
Shortstop Carson Bevel.
Pitch on the way to Bevel, and it catches the outside part of the zone. A heater for strike one. Bevel going the other way right there, and that one going to be dropping for a base hit towards the outfield as that brings Olschmidt to second. And Carson Bevel with a single. 2 on now with 1 away. Due up is Gabe Schumacher, who's 0 for 1 with a flyout.
Third baseman Gabe Schumacher.
That's a good opportunity right here for the Comets to maybe get on the board. They still have enough ball game left. They don't have to get all 3 right here, obviously. But just to break the 0 on the scoreboard would probably do a lot just for the morale of the Comets. Of course, baseball, very mental game. That one taken for ball 1. The study of sports psychology, something I'm researching right now in my sports management class. Could maybe be applied right here as well. Count 1-1 now to Schumacher after he fouls that one off. The pitch to Schumacher is a curveball, but curving too low for a ball. And the count 2-1. Pearson's pitch in for strike 2. Even count out of Schumacher, the third baseman. He'll look to protect the plate a little bit. The 2-2, missing low for a ball. It's a full count, and now the throwback over to second base, and they caught Olschmidt out on the base paths, and they got him tagged for out number 2. Potentially huge moment in this inning as Oakley Dubord, keeping his eyes peeled, caught Olschmidt out on the base paths. Tagged out, and just like that, there's 2 away. Bevel remaining on first. It's a full count. Now this strike would end the inning, but instead it's going to be fouled off by Schumacher. Pearson got him swinging for strike 3. It's a drop third strike though, and I think he's going to beat out the throw. He will. Schumacher reaches on the drop third strike, and it's back to 2 on. Now 2 away though for Zach Morse.
Right fielder Zach Morse.
Oh, Zach, what do you say?
Time will be called. A big at bat right here for Zach Morse. First pitch to Morse is taken for ball 1. Time will be called once again. Now it's the coach of Kindred coming in to have a quick chat with Pearson. Looks like he'll brush off the rubber a little bit. So we'll see. I'm assuming it was more than just that he came out to do, as they're staying out there now and talking things over. Situation is 2 on and 2 down for Zach Morse, who's working with a 1-0 count. Carson Bevel at second. Gabe Schumacher on first. Schumacher reaching on the drop third strike. It was Ryder Olschmidt who was on second previously, but got thrown out by the catcher Dubord for out number 2. Morse cutting through that one for strike 1. 1-1 pitch missing outside for a ball. Here's the 2-1 from Pearson. And it's in the middle part of the zone for strike 2. It's a 2-2 count to Morse. Pearson missing right there inside for a ball, and it's a full count at 3-2. Big payoff pitch upcoming. And he got him swinging for strike 3 to end the bottom of the 4th. Kindred escapes the 4th inning with no runs allowed. The score remains 3-0 as 2 are stranded off of 1 hit. We'll be right back with more baseball. Top of the 5th upcoming right after this.
You simply click and order. We decorate and deliver. GoPromo is the area's premier provider for easy-to-use online team stores with screen-printed, embroidered, and promotional products. From your computer screen to the bleachers, and from the boardroom to the field, just go promo. Visit justgopromo.com.
Alrighty, welcome back here to Starion Bank Field, Fargo, North Dakota. That's the site for tonight's doubleheader.
Number 9, Gabe Schumacher.
You can hear on the PA announcement, there's been a few changes around the diamond for the Comets. Gabe Schumacher coming in to pitch and Zane Spritznatic over at third base.
Zane Spritznatic.
That's been the changes. So Spritznatic going 4 innings pitching for the Comets, allowing 3 runs on 3 hits, and now it's Gabe Schumacher's turn to take the bump. As we are a little over halfway through this first game, 3 innings remaining here, and a 3-0 lead for Kindred. Due up for Kindred is going to be Caleb Klabundi, then the top of the order in Carter Schmitz and Ethan McKenney. Klabundi is 0 for 1 on the ball game with a strikeout in his previous time up. Looks like Schumacher's warm-ups are about done with. Looks like this one might be the last one, and then we're about ready to resume this game here. Top of 5 of 7. As I was mentioning earlier, about an hour ago, the Stars should now, I believe, be underway over in Dickinson. That game can also be found on Magnitude Sports. Got those 2 doubleheaders, the one in Dickinson and the one here, and then a little bit of a break for us. No coverage of Post 400 up again until July 5th. That's a Monday. 4 o'clock and 7 o'clock. It's going to be the Comets and the Stars, a doubleheader against Moorhead. Mike Mason going to be on the call for that one. 2 9-inning games. Here is Caleb Klabundi leading off 0 for 1 with a strikeout. And the first pitch to Klabundi is a strike. Here's the 0-1. Bunt being shown by Klabundi, and he pulls back and ducks at the appropriate time to get the ball. 1-1 the count. Even count pitch from Schumacher. And it's popped up, should be playable. Drifting back is Hamill out towards the outfield grass. You could see Klabundi slide in for first base. But it's not going to matter a whole lot as Hamill makes the catch for out number 1. That brings up the top of the order, and Ethan Schmitz.
Top of the order for Kindred, designated hitter.
Carter Schmitz. Ethan McKenney, that's where that came from. Carter Schmitz 1 for 1, walked his first time up, and then a single in his previous at-bat. The first pitch to Schmitz is high for ball 1. The 1-0 pitch is taken for strike 1 on the outside part of the zone. Even count to number 11, the leadoff man. Schumacher dealing and firing a strike for strike 2. Pitcher's count here for the relief man, Gabe Schumacher. His pitch from the windup is popped up, but should be maybe playable, as it's going to drop just foul, getting past Spritznatic. You could see his hat falling off right there, trying to run that one down. It was put in a very tough spot. The count will remain at 1-2. Schumacher firing back once again. That pitch just high for a ball, 2-2. Even count pitch now from Schumacher, and it's going to be popped up high. That one more out of play as it leaves the ballpark, but the wrong fence. Won't count as a run, and it actually won't count as a strike in this instance either. Count at 2-2. In fact, foul balls actually originally weren't counted as strikes. There was a rule change, I believe, in the early 1900s. As that pitch comes in, and that one is in play over towards Anderson, and Anderson leaving his feet to make the catch for out number 2. First two batters faced for Schumacher have both been sent down, and that brings up Ethan McKenney. But to finish on that thought earlier, if I remember correctly, I read this somewhere, but foul balls were actually originally not counted as strikes, but then that rule was sort of abused as hitters would intentionally try and hit a bunch of foul balls to tire out the pitcher's arm and drive up his pitch count. And then, I don't even know if it was the MLB at the time, but I guess people in charge of the rules of baseball decided to step in and change that for obvious reasons. Count 2-0 now to McKenney. Don't quote me on that 100%, but if I recall correctly, that was something that I read a few years ago. Big swing right there for McKenney for strike 1. Here's the 2-1 from Schumacher, and that one going to be lined out towards the outfield, dropping for a base hit. McKenney with his first hit of the game, and he's thinking too. Throw coming in, it's a relay cutoff throw, and it's not in time. McKenney in safely with a double. It's a 2-out double for the number 2 hitter. Hit number 4 now for post 117, and it brings up Nick Thompson. 0 for 1 with the sac fly, and then lined out his last time up. First pitch to Thompson is high for ball 1. Want to know the count to the third baseman. Second pitch is popped up high, but the other way and foul. Evens the count at 1 apiece. Ethan McKenney, the runner over on second base after his double in the previous at-bat. Kindred with a 3-0 lead, and a base hit might make it 4, depending on where it's put. And that is looking to be a base hit, and it probably will make it 4-0 as McKenney is being waved home, and he's going to jog in easily. It's an RBI single for Nick Thompson, and it's 4-0 for Kindred. Well, feel free to ask me what the lottery numbers are, I guess.
Catcher Oakley Dubois.
Right on cue, Nick Thompson with a base hit and making it 4-0. It brings up Oakley Dubois, the catcher who's 0 for 2 with a ground out and a strikeout. He's got 1 on with 2 away. Dubois hitting that one down the line and fair. Spritznatic firing all the way over from third base. And Olschmid making the catch for out number 3. That's going to do it for the top half of the 5th as Kindred gets 2 hits and 1 run. 4-0 they lead over Postville 100 We'll be right
After
back
4.5.
with the bottom of the fifth right
The new
after
score
this.
is Kindred 4, the Comets nothing.
Hi, it's Dr. Tiffany Johnson from Healing Touch Chiropractic in West Fargo.
What impact I want to make, how my office is different, how my niche is different. It is all about giving people hope and helping them believe that their bodies were made to heal.
Let me show you how your life can change through chiropractic at Healing Touch Chiropractic.
Alrighty, welcome back here to Starion Bank Field, where it's the fifth inning stretch. Take me out to the ball game being played right now. Unfortunately, I think I'm going to have to keep talking a little bit as copyright reasons exist, and we don't want our monetary value taken out here in this game. 4-0 your score, Kindred leading the Comets. Due up for the Comets here in the bottom of the fifth, it's going to be Abram Anderson in the top of the order, and Jacob Hamill and Max Kirkeby. Anderson 0 for 1 with a ground out coming up in his previous time up. It was a ground out over towards Logan Myers at short. If you remember, that one sort of taking a weird bounce off of the pitching mound.
Leading off for the Comets in the
So
bottom
here
half of
is
the fifth.
Abram Anderson to
Left
get things
fielder
started in the
Abram
bottom of
Anderson.
5. Time starting to run out a little bit here for the Comets. They've still got 3 innings to work with, but if you've got that mental hourglass in your hand, the sands of time starting to fall through a little bit. Time to get some runs here soon if you're post 400. First pitch to Anderson is taken for strike 1. Of course, if you're Kindred, you're probably trying to shake the table a little bit and make that sand fall through faster. Anderson, gonna say not so fast with that, however, as that's a nice base hit. Out, dropping in between the outfielders. Abram Anderson leading off the bottom of the fifth with a base hit.
Second baseman Jacob Hamill.
That puts one on for Jacob Hamill, the leadoff man, who's flown out as both times up. 0 for 2. First pitch to Hamill. Hamill getting a hold of that one, dropping into the outfield, and that's going to be a base hit. 2 straight base hits for the Comets. 2 on for Max Kirkeby. Now post for 100. Bringing
Center
their sticks
fielder
along to play.
Max Kirkeby.
Kirkeby 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. He's got 2 on with no away. First pitch taken for ball 1. The 1-0 to Kirkeby is popped up. Foul, and the catch, believe, is going to be made, and it is. Nice catch over at third base by Thompson for the first out of the inning.
All right, pick him up, Chase. Here we go.
The catcher Chase Keller.
Runners will hold up on their respective bases, obviously, as that one was in foul territory. That brings up Chase Keller. Keller 0 for 2 with an error, or reached on an error, I should say, and then he flew out his last time up. First pitch is high to Keller for ball 1. Second pitch of the at-bat taken for ball 2. 2-0 the count now to Keller. Pearson's pitch is hit foul for strike 1. Down the line and just out of play as Thompson meandered over for a second. It was pretty clear early on that it was on the left side of that chalk. 2-1 on the way from Pearson, and it's a breaking ball catching the outside part of the zone for strike 2. It's an even count now to Keller. 75 pitches on the game for Matt Pearson, and pitch number 76 is a big one. And he just misses the zone to fill up the count at 3-2. Tried to go fastball away, but Keller able to lay off, and now time going to be called as he will step out of the box. Pearson's payoff pitch is popped up the other way and foul. Another 3-2 on the way, and that one inside for ball 4. Keller will walk, and that'll load the bases for Zane Spritznatic. Bases juiced and 1 down for the pitcher, who's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts.
Third baseman Zane Spritznatic.
But a golden opportunity for some redemption right here. They trail by 4. It's Chase Keller, Jacob Hamill, and Abram Anderson. Those are the faces on the bases for the Comets.
Logan Renz.
And I actually spoke too soon because Logan Rentz is going to be the courtesy runner over on first. First pitch is in the lower part of the zone for strike 1. Here's the 0-1. That one is hit hard but foul for strike 2. Pearson 1 pitch away from a massive strikeout right here. Pearson on the 0-2. Curveball, and it's tipped foul. And Spritznatic staying alive by the skin of his bat. Count remaining at 0-2. And it hit him. Zane Spritznatic hit by a pitch, and that's going to score the first run of the game here for the Comets. Anderson will come in, and it's 1-4. That brings up Ryder Olschmidt.
The first baseman, Ryder Olschmidt.
Olschmidt 1 for 1, a single and a walk. And his situation remains the same. Bases loaded with 1 down. First pitch to Olschmidt, missing outside for a ball. Here's the 1-0. That one in the zone for strike 2, or strike 1, excuse me, pitch 2. Even count to Olschmidt. And he checks his swing, but it's in the zone for strike 2. 1-2 the count to Olschmidt. Pearson got him swinging for out number 2.
All right, Carson, pick him up now. Pick him up. Let's go.
2 down for Carson Bevel. 1 for 1 with a walk and a single.
Shortstop,
the bases remain
Carson
loaded.
Bevel.
Big at bat right here. Comets able to get on the board with 1 run. But you have to imagine they do not want to leave 3 on base right here. First pitch to Bevel is taken for a strike. Here's the 0-1 from Pearson, and it's a breaking ball that's just fouled off by Bevel. It's a quick 0-2 count. Now Pearson 1 pitch away from escaping the inning with only 1 run to his name. And he does. He got him swinging for strike 3, and that's going to do it for the 5th inning through 5. The Comets do get their first run of the game on 1 hit. 2 hits, excuse me. 4-1 your score here. Kindred leading by 3 as we head towards the 6th. We'll be right back with more baseball. Jack Packer, Matt Pearson, and Max Opgran, the 3-2 up after this.
Hi, it's Dr. Tiffany Johnson from Healing Touch Chiropractic in West Fargo. What impact I want to make, how my office is different, how my niche is different, it is all about giving people hope and helping them believe that their bodies were made to heal.
Let me show you how your life can change through chiropractic at Healing Touch Chiropractic.
Alrighty, about to get the 6th inning of 7 started up here from Starion Bank Field. 4-1 your score. The Kindred Post 17 team leading Post 400 Comets by 3 runs. Jack Packer, Matt Pearson, and Max Opgran, the 3-2 up as they'll face off against Gabe Schumacher. He's back out on the mound for inning number 2. He came in for relief in the 5th inning for Zane Spritznatic. He did a pretty well job. Did a pretty good job.
First baseman Jack Packer.
He'll face off against Packer, who's 1 for 2 with a strikeout and a double in this game. Now the players and umpires are all set. Here we go, top of the 6th inning. On this pitch right here from Schumacher. It's swung on for strike 1 to Packer. Owen won the count here to the first baseman. Pitch number 2 of the at-bat, missing outside for a ball. Count even at 1. Pitch on the way, and that one going to be called for a strike. The count, it says on the scoreboard 2-2, but I only have 3 pitches in the at-bat thus far. Unless maybe I missed one. But I'll go with what the scoreboard says right now. It's 2-2 the counts to Packer. That pitch coming in high for a ball. Full count to Packer to lead off the 6th. And it is the umpire verifying that, putting up the 3 and the 2. So I guess I did miss a pitch. Caught me lacking right there as the payoff pitch comes in, and it's swung on and missed for strike 3. There's your first out of the inning. Packer going down on strikes for the 2nd time today, and that brings up Matt Pearson.
The pitcher, Matt Pearson.
Pearson 0 for 1 with a ground out and then a sac fly his last time up. That sac fly yielding one of the 4 runs for Kindred. First pitch outside to Pearson for strike 1. Here's the 0-1 from Schumacher. And it's swung on a liner out towards the outfield. Coming in from right field is Zach Morse for out number 2. It's a fly out. 2 down for Max Opgran, who's 1 for 2 with a single and a ground out.
Right fielder Max Opgran.
First pitch on the way to Opgran. It's taken low for ball 1. evens the count at 1-1. Sun's starting to peek between those clouds a little bit more here at Starion. Making for a beautiful setting here for this July 1st baseball game as Opgren ducks underneath that one for ball 2. Been pretty lucky thus far this Pulse 400 season as far as weather goes. Knock on wood, but haven't had any rain delays yet, at least on my end, as that one is popped up high. That one will come down like a raindrop from the sky, and it's caught by Abram Anderson for out number 3. That does it for the top half of the 6th. It's a 1-2-3 inning, and the score remains 4-1 here. Back with more baseball right after this quick message from Go Promo.
You simply click and order. We decorate and deliver. Go Promo is the area's premier provider for easy-to-use online team stores with screen-printed, embroidered, and promotional products. From your computer screen to the bleachers, and from the boardroom to the field, just Go Promo. Visit justgopromo.com.
Alrighty, we rejoin you here for the bottom of the 6th inning. It's going to be Gabe Schumacher, Zach Morse, and Abram Anderson. Bottom of the order due up here for the Comets. Schumacher
number
is
9,
0 for 1 on the ball game.
Schumacher.
A flyout and then a walk his last time up. As the Comets are looking at a 3-run deficit now after the 1-run bottom of the 5th. They've got 6 outs to make up that gap. First pitch on the way, and Schumacher getting a hold of it, but poking it foul for strike 1. Quick 0-1 count to the pitcher. Pearson from the windup has that one missing outside for a ball. Even count to Gabe Schumacher. Pearson firing again. This time he gets a swing from Schumacher as he put a little something on that pitch right there. And it's a 1-2 count. Pearson deals and can't quite catch the outside part of the zone on that breaking ball. Ball 2. The 2-2 got him on the heater for strike 3, and there's your first out of the inning. Pearson continuing to deal thus far. He's been on a roll.
Zach Morse.
It's been 5 1/3 innings pitched and only 1 run allowed, as that brings up Zach Morse. To go along with that, he also has 9 strikeouts on the game. And he's got a head start on strikeout number 10 as the first pitch comes in for strike 1. The 0-1 is taken for a ball. Even count is fouled off for strike 2. Now Morse will have to protect the plate at a 1-2 count. Pearson got him again. That's his 3rd strikeout of Morse. The 10th strikeout of the Comets. That's 2 away here in the bottom of the 6th inning as he continues to roll.
Abram Anderson.
As the game goes longer, Matt Pearson gets stronger. Here comes Abram Anderson, who's 1 for 2 with the ground out and a single. First pitch to Anderson, taken for a ball. Here's the 1-0. That one is fouled off by Anderson. Even count at 1-1. Pitch to Anderson is taken for strike 2. 1-2 count. And now Pearson 1 pitch away from striking out the side. 1-2, that one missing. It was a heater, but outside the zone to even the count. Pearson from the windup has that one fouled off. Anderson protecting the plate and staying alive. Abram Anderson sans batting gloves, which I love to see. A very old school move right there. One more recent notable player, Vladimir Guerrero, as he gets him swinging for strike 3. Pearson strikes out the side, and that's going to do it for the 6th.
The 6th inning, nothing across.
1-2-3 inning as the scoreline remains 4-1. Kindred leading the Comets by 3 as we approach the final inning here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
Looking for a new home? Make home happen this summer by getting pre-qualified for free with Sean Carlson at Town & Country Credit Union. He'll help you find the best mortgage options for you and keep the process running smoothly from beginning to end. With a 98% satisfaction rate, awesome rewards, low fees, and great rates, it's clear why members love Town & Country Credit Union. Stop in or visit townandcountry.org to find out how you can become a Town & Country member today. Insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Alrighty, back in action out here. About to start the top of the 7th inning. It's going to be Mason Almaris, Caleb Clubundy, and then the top of the order, and Carter Schmitz the 3-2 up. As Kindred will look to add on to their 3-run lead here as we approach the final inning. And the first pitch of the 7th coming in, and it's grounded over towards third. Spritznatic firing over to first for a quick and easy out number 1. 1 pitch and 1 down. A good start right there for the Comets, who look to keep the score at where it's at and then try and turn on the rally caps in the bottom of the 7th. Here's Caleb Clubundy, who's 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a flyout. First pitch to Clubundy is high for a ball.
Batting for Kindred is number 13, Connor Rowland.
That's actually not Clubundy, it's Connor Rowland who's batting for Clubundy. So the first pitch to Rowland is high for a ball. Now Rowland taking the second pitch to make the count 2-0. Here's Schumacher's pitch. That one is fouled straight back. 2-1 the count. Two-1 from Schumacher is taken for ball 3. Rowland 1 pitch away from walking in his first trip up to the batter's box. Three-1 from Schumacher is going to be swung on and popped up high over towards short. Should be playable for Bevel. Bevel gets underneath it for the second out of the inning. 2 down now for the leadoff man, Carter Schmitz. Schmitz 1 for 2, walked, singled, and then flew out his last time up.
Designated hitter, Carter Schmitz.
And he could potentially be the final batter here in Game 1 for Kindred. He was also the first batter in Game 1 for Kindred. First pitch to Schmitz is taken for strike 1. And wouldn't that be poetic? A 1 to Schmitz is fired in for strike 2. And all the poets watching this game on the edge of their seat to see if we will see that sort of thing happen here, as it's an 0-2 count. And it's going to be popped up high into foul territory. Chase being given by Chase Keller. But he can't quite make the play as that one goes out of play. And the count remains at 0-2. Schumacher again on an 0-2. And that one hit right back towards Schumacher, and he caught it. Well, there you go. It's a 1-2-3 inning. Gabe Schumacher snags the hot liner to end the inning as we head towards the bottom of the 7th inning. Kindred leading 3-1 here on the magnitude, or 4-1, excuse me. They lead by 3. And it's going to be top of the order, and Jacob Hamill, Max Kirkeby, and Chase Keller tasked with trying to kickstart a rally here for the Comets right after this.
Go Promo is your go-to for custom apparel, screen printing, embroidery, and hundreds of other promotional products. Put your company logo on a t-shirt, jacket, calendar, mouse pad, pen, or even a backdrop display for an upcoming event. Possibilities are absolutely endless at justgopromo.com. You can also easily set up an online apparel store for your sports team or business. Email or call Twyla, and she'll set up the store, set up collection for online payments, and even deliver your products packaged and ready to go. Email her today, Twyla at justgopromo.com, or call 388-4852. Go Promo. Consider it branded.
Alrighty, we welcome you back here to Magnitude Sports. 4-1 your score, Kindred leading the Comets.
Second baseman
Have a new
Jacob
pitcher out on the
Hamill.
mound. It's going to be Logan Myers tasked with closing this game out, as Carter Schmitz will slide over to shortstop, excuse me. Here's the second baseman, and Jacob Hamill. First pitch to Hamill is in for strike 1. So it was an impressive start here in the game 1. That one is going to be popped up high, but should be playable. And it's caught for the first out of the inning. One down now for Max
Center fielder
Kirkeby.
Max Kirkeby.
It was an impressive start for Matt Pearson. Pearson going 6 innings, 11 strikeouts, and 1 run allowed. As the first pitch to Kirkeby is taken outside for ball 1. Now Myers will look for the save, and he's 2 outs away from doing just that on a 1-0 count. Kirkeby flaring that one out, and it's going to drop a bloop single out in towards the edge of the infield. Kirkeby safe at first. He gets off the schneid with his first hit of the game.
The catcher Chase Keller.
That brings up Chase Keller, who's 0 for 2. Reached on an error, flew out, and then he walked his last time up. He's got Kirkeby over on first. 1 down, and would not be shocked to see Kirkeby be sent to steal second base here. Get him in scoring position and also prevent the chance of a double play, as that one's going to be given a ride by Keller, but in foul territory. 0-1 the count. Second pitch of the at-bat is a breaking ball taken for strike 2. Quick 0-2 count to Keller, the catcher. Now time will be called. Settling back in now is Keller on an 0-2 count. And a big pitch up coming from Myers. Myers can't quite put him away right there. Is that one missing low for a ball? Kirkaby dancing over on the base pass. Has not taken off for second yet, however. Here's the 1-2. It's a breaking ball swung through by Keller for strike 3. Out number 2, and just like that, it's 1 out away from victory for Kindred. Standing in the way is going to be Zane Spritzanatic. Spritzanatic 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts, and he was hit by a pitch his last time up. That's what drove home the lone run thus far for the Comets. First pitch to Spritzanatic is a strike. 0-1 the count. Myers will step back onto the mound now. The 0-1 is going to be popped up high, but in foul territory. Now Kindred can smell it, just like those burgers I was talking about at the beginning of the game. 0-2 with 2 down. Myers fires, and it's high for a ball. The 1-2 to Spritzanatic. Swung on and missed for strike 3, and that's the ball game. We have ourselves a final, your final score here on Magnitude Sports for Game 1 of this doubleheader. It's Kindred post 117 with a 4-1 victory over the post 400 Comets. Impressive pitching performance from Kindred in that one, both from the starter Pearson and the closer Myers. 4-1 in Game 1 of the doubleheader. We got Game 2 coming up here on Magnitude Sports not too long after. For those of you familiar with this, you know the drill already. We're going to shut this broadcast down and get a new one set up here for Game 2 in a matter of moments. For Eric Youngson here on Magnitude Sports, Game 1 in the books. Final score one more time here. 4-1, Kindred taking home the victory on enemy territory. We'll be right back with more baseball. Game 2 coming up on a separate broadcast. Hope to see you all again soon.
The proceeding has been a presentation of the Magnitude Sports Media Network. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and to order a DVD copy of this broadcast, simply visit msportsnet.com/DVD.